The Life and Legacy of Padre Pio. A journey through faith, dedication, and compassion. In the annals of history, there are figures whose lives transcend the ordinary, leaving an indelible mark on humanity through their actions, teachings, and unwavering commitment to a higher purpose. Among these luminaries stands Padre Pio, a man whose name has become synonymous with faith, humility, and compassion. Born Francesco Forgione in Pietrelcina, Italy, Padre Pio's life was one of profound spiritual devotion, marked by extraordinary experiences that continue to inspire millions around the world. This narrative seeks to explore the life and legacy of Padre Pio, delving into his early years, his journey toward priesthood, the challenges he faced, and the miracles attributed to him. By examining his contributions to theology, spirituality, and humanitarianism, we gain insight into the enduring impact of his work and the lessons he imparted to future generations. Through this exploration, we uncover not only the story of a remarkable individual, but also the universal principles of love, service, and perseverance that define his legacy. Early years. The roots of devotion. Padre Pio's journey began in a small village nestled in the heart of southern Italy. Born on May 25, 1887, in Pietrelcina, Francesco Forgione grew up in a family deeply rooted in Catholic traditions. His parents, Grazio Forgione and Maria Giuseppa D'Annunzio, instilled in him a strong sense of faith from an early age. As a child, Francesco exhibited a keen interest in religious matters, often spending hours in prayer and meditation. His teachers noted his exceptional piety and described him as a boy who possessed an innate understanding of spiritual truths. The young Francesco spent much of his childhood assisting at Mass and participating in local devotional practices. These formative experiences laid the foundation for his later dedication to the Church. Despite financial hardships faced by his family, Francesco's parents prioritized his education, recognizing the potential within their son. They encouraged him to pursue a vocation in the clergy, believing that his talents could be best utilized in service to God. At the age of 15, Francesco entered the Capuchin order, beginning his formal training as a friar. It was during this period that he adopted the name Pio, inspired by Saint Pius V, a revered figure in Catholic history. Under the guidance of experienced mentors, Padre Pio immersed himself in theological studies, developing a profound understanding of scripture and doctrine. His rigorous academic pursuits were matched by his fervent spiritual practice, which included fasting, penance, and prolonged periods of prayer. The path to priesthood. Trials and triumphs. Padre Pio's path to priesthood was not without its challenges. During his novitiate, he encountered numerous physical ailments that tested his resolve and resilience. Chronic health issues, including severe headaches and respiratory problems, threatened to derail his aspirations. Yet, rather than succumbing to despair, Padre Pio viewed these trials as opportunities for growth and purification. He embraced them with steadfast faith, trusting in divine providence to guide him through adversity. In 1910, after completing his theological studies, Padre Pio was ordained a priest at the Cathedral of Benevento. This momentous occasion marked the culmination of years of preparation and sacrifice. However, his ordination did not signal the end of his struggles. Instead, it heralded the beginning of a new chapter filled with both blessings and burdens. Upon returning to San Giovanni Rotondo, where he would spend the majority of his life, Padre Pio assumed the role of confessor at the local monastery. His reputation as a compassionate listener and wise counselor quickly spread, drawing people from all walks of life to seek his guidance. Each day he devoted countless hours to hearing confessions, offering absolution, and providing spiritual direction. His ability to discern the innermost thoughts and desires of those who came to him earned him widespread acclaim and respect. Despite his growing popularity, Padre Pio remained humble and unassuming. He shunned personal accolades, focusing instead on serving others and glorifying God. This selflessness endeared him to many, earning him the affectionate title of Padre among his followers. Miracles and mysticism, a divine calling. Throughout his ministry, Padre Pio became known for his miraculous abilities and mystical experiences. One of the most notable phenomena associated with him was the stigmata, the appearance of wounds corresponding to Christ's crucifixion marks on his hands, feet, and side. First observed in 1918, these marks persisted until his death, causing immense physical pain yet reinforcing his connection to the suffering of Jesus. For Padre Pio, the stigmata served as a constant reminder of Christ's sacrifice and a call to deeper union with him. Rather than viewing them as a source of pride or distinction, he regarded them as a burden to bear humbly. In fact, he often concealed the wounds from public view, preferring to focus attention on the message of love and redemption they symbolized. Beyond the stigmata, Padre Pio was credited with numerous other miracles, ranging from healings to bilocations, the ability to be present in two places simultaneously. These occurrences, though extraordinary, were always framed within the context of divine intervention rather than personal power. Padre Pio consistently emphasized that any wonders performed through him were attributable solely to God's grace. His mystical experiences extended beyond physical manifestations to include visions, ecstasies, and direct communications with heavenly beings. These encounters deepened his understanding of divine mysteries and strengthened his resolve to live according to God's will. Yet, even amid such supernatural events, Padre Pio maintained his characteristic humility, never allowing himself to be swayed by pride or arrogance. Challenges and controversies, standing firm in faith. As Padre Pio's fame grew, so too did the scrutiny surrounding his ministry. Critics questioned the authenticity of his miracles and accused him of exploiting his influence for personal gain. Some within the church hierarchy expressed concerns about his methods and sought to restrict his activities. These challenges tested Padre Pio's patience and fortitude, yet he remained steadfast in his commitment to truth and integrity. One of the most significant controversies arose when certain factions within the Vatican launched investigations into Padre Pio's claims of mysticism. Suspicion regarding the validity of the stigmata led to restrictions on his public appearances and interactions with lay people. For several years, Padre Pio endured isolation and misunderstanding, bearing these hardships with remarkable grace and composure. Rather than retaliating against his detractors, Padre Pio chose to respond with love and forgiveness. He understood that doubt and skepticism were natural responses to the inexplicable and sought to address them through prayer and example. Over time, many of his critics came to recognize the sincerity of his mission and acknowledged the profound impact of his work. Building a legacy, contributions to theology and humanitarianism. Padre Pio's contributions extended far beyond the confines of his monastery. Through his writings, sermons, and pastoral care, he left an indelible mark on Catholic theology and spirituality. His teachings emphasized the importance of repentance, forgiveness, and charity, urging believers to cultivate a personal relationship with God. He stressed the need for balance between asceticism and joy, advocating for a holistic approach to spiritual growth. In addition to his theological insights, Padre Pio was a staunch advocate for social justice and humanitarian causes. Recognizing the suffering caused by poverty and illness, he established the Home for the Relief of Suffering, Casa Allevamento della Sofferenza, in San Giovanni Rotondo. This state-of-the-art hospital provided medical care to countless individuals, regardless of their ability to pay. Its construction was made possible through donations inspired by Padre Pio's vision and determination. The hospital exemplified Padre Pio's belief in the interconnectedness of body and soul. He viewed physical healing as an integral part of spiritual well-being, emphasizing that true wholeness could only be achieved through addressing both dimensions. This holistic perspective continues to inform modern approaches to healthcare and wellness, inspiring future generations. Lessons from Padre Pio. Padre Pio's life offers valuable lessons for individuals seeking to lead meaningful and purposeful lives. His unwavering faith in the face of adversity teaches us the importance of perseverance and trust in divine providence. His humility reminds us that true greatness lies not in personal achievement, but in service to others. And his compassion inspires us to extend kindness and understanding to all, regardless of circumstance. Furthermore, Padre Pio's emphasis on prayer and contemplation highlights the necessity of cultivating a deep spiritual life. In today's fast-paced world, where distractions abound, his example serves as a reminder of the transformative power of quiet reflection and communion with God. By setting aside time for prayer and meditation, we can align ourselves more closely with our highest ideals and discover greater peace and fulfillment. Finally, Padre Pio's commitment to social justice underscores the responsibility we share as stewards of creation. His efforts to alleviate suffering and promote equality challenge us to consider how we might contribute to building a more just and equitable society. Whether through acts of charity, advocacy, or simple gestures of kindness, each of us has the capacity to make a difference in the lives of others. Conclusion. The enduring impact of Padre Pio. On the 23rd of September, 1968, Padre Pio passed away at the age of 81, leaving behind a legacy that continues to resonate across the globe. Canonized by Pope John Paul II in 2002, he is now venerated as a saint and intercessor for countless devotees. His feast day, celebrated annually on the 23rd of September, serves as a reminder of his enduring influence and the timeless values he espoused. Padre Pio's life demonstrates that greatness is not measured by worldly success, but by the depth of one's character and the extent of one's service to others. Through his example, we learn that even in the midst of hardship and uncertainty, we can find strength and purpose through faith, love, and compassion. His story invites us to embrace our own vocations with courage and conviction, knowing that every act of kindness, no matter how small, has the potential to change the world. As we reflect on the life and legacy of Padre Pio, let us draw inspiration from his example and strive to embody the virtues he cherished. May his memory serve as a beacon of hope and encouragement, guiding us toward lives of greater meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. The Inner Life of Padre Pio. A testament to spiritual warfare. While Padre Pio's external life was marked by miracles, service, and unwavering dedication, his inner world was equally complex and challenging. Behind the scenes, he grappled with what he often referred to as spiritual warfare, a constant battle between light and darkness, grace and temptation. These struggles were not merely metaphorical, but deeply personal, reflecting the profound cost of living a life so closely aligned with divine purpose. Padre Pio frequently spoke of being assailed by demonic forces, experiences that tested his faith and resolve. In moments of solitude, he would recount episodes where unseen entities sought to disrupt his prayers or undermine his ministry. Despite these challenges, Padre Pio remained resolute, relying on the power of prayer, sacraments, and the intercession of saints to fortify his spirit. He viewed these trials not as curses, but as opportunities for growth, believing that suffering could purify the soul and bring one closer to God. This perspective on adversity shaped much of his teaching. To those who came to him seeking comfort in times of difficulty, Padre Pio emphasized the redemptive value of suffering. He taught that pain, when embraced with faith, could become a means of union with Christ's own passion. For Padre Pio, there was no greater act of love than offering one's sufferings for the salvation of others, a practice he exemplified throughout his life. The role of prayer in Padre Pio's ministry, central to Padre Pio's spirituality, was his devotion to prayer, which he regarded as the cornerstone of all Christian living. His approach to prayer was both disciplined and intimate, combining structured practices like the rosary and liturgical prayers with spontaneous outpourings of praise and supplication. Padre Pio believed that prayer was not merely a ritual, but a conversation with God, an opportunity to deepen one's relationship with the divine. One of the hallmarks of Padre Pio's prayer life was its accessibility. He encouraged even the simplest souls to approach God with confidence, reminding them that their sincerity mattered more than eloquence. Pray always, he advised, not just in words, but through your actions, thoughts, and intentions. This holistic view of prayer extended beyond formal worship to encompass every aspect of daily life, from labor to leisure. Padre Pio also placed great emphasis on communal prayer, recognizing its power to unite people in shared devotion. He often led congregations in prayer services, using these occasions to foster a sense of unity and mutual support among his followers. Through such gatherings, he demonstrated how collective faith could amplify individual efforts, creating a ripple effect of grace and transformation. The stigmata, a symbol of love and sacrifice. The stigmata, perhaps the most iconic feature of Padre Pio's ministry, remains a subject of fascination and reverence. For over 50 years, these wounds bore witness to his deep identification with Christ's suffering. Yet, for Padre Pio, they represented far more than physical marks. They symbolized a covenant of love and sacrifice, a visible reminder of the price paid for humanity's redemption. Living with the stigmata was not easy. The wounds caused constant pain, requiring meticulous care to prevent infection. At times, they bled profusely, forcing Padre Pio to change bandages multiple times a day. Despite these discomforts, he never complained, viewing them as a privilege rather than a burden. "If I could bear all the sufferings of the world on my body," he once remarked, "I would do so willingly for the sake of souls." The stigmata also served as a powerful teaching tool, helping Padre Pio convey the reality of Christ's love and sacrifice to others. When questioned about their origin, he responded humbly, attributing them entirely to God's will. "It is not mine to explain," he said, "but yours to believe." By refusing to dwell on the miraculous nature of the stigmata, Padre Pio redirected attention toward their spiritual significance, inviting others to reflect on the meaning of love expressed through suffering, healing, and intercession. A ministry of compassion. Another defining aspect of Padre Pio's ministry was his role as a healer and intercessor. Thousands flocked to San Giovanni Rotondo, seeking relief from physical ailments, emotional distress, and spiritual turmoil. Many reported experiencing miraculous cures after receiving his blessing or praying at his altar. While Padre Pio himself downplayed these occurrences, attributing them to divine intervention, they underscored his reputation as a conduit of grace. For Padre Pio, healing was never about personal power, but about facilitating encounters with God's mercy. He believed that true healing involved not only the restoration of physical health, but also the renewal of the soul. This holistic approach reflected his conviction that body and spirit are inseparable, each influencing the other in profound ways. In addition to physical healings, Padre Pio offered spiritual guidance to countless individuals struggling with doubts, fears, and moral dilemmas. As a confessor, he listened attentively to their confessions, offering absolution and practical advice tailored to their unique circumstances. His ability to discern hidden truths and provide insightful counsel earned him the trust and admiration of many. Education and formation. Shaping future leaders. Recognizing the importance of education in fostering spiritual growth, Padre Pio established several institutions aimed at forming future leaders within the Church. Among these was the Seminario di San Giovanni Rotondo, a seminary dedicated to training young men for the priesthood. Under his guidance, students received rigorous instruction in theology, philosophy, and pastoral skills, preparing them to serve effectively in diverse contexts. Padre Pio's educational initiatives extended beyond formal settings to include informal mentoring relationships. He took particular interest in nurturing the vocations of younger clergy, encouraging them to pursue lives of holiness and service. Through personal conversations, letters, and prayers, he provided wisdom and encouragement, helping them navigate the challenges of ministry. His commitment to education also manifested in his advocacy for literacy and intellectual development among laypeople, believing that informed faith leads to stronger communities. Padre Pio promoted programs designed to enhance cultural awareness and critical thinking. These efforts helped bridge gaps between different social classes, fostering greater inclusivity and cooperation. Environmental stewardship. A call to action. Although environmental issues were not explicitly addressed during Padre Pio's lifetime, his teachings resonate strongly with contemporary concerns about ecological sustainability. His emphasis on the interconnectedness of all creation aligns closely with modern calls for responsible stewardship of natural resources. Padre Pio often spoke of nature as a reflection of God's beauty and goodness, urging people to appreciate and protect it. He saw the earth as a gift entrusted to humanity, calling upon individuals to use its bounty wisely and respectfully. This perspective aligns with current discussions around climate change, biodiversity loss, and sustainable development, highlighting the timeless relevance of his message. By promoting harmony between human activity and the environment, Padre Pio anticipated key themes of today's ecological discourse. His vision challenges us to rethink our relationship with the planet, encouraging practices that honor both divine intentionality and ecological balance. Global influence, bridging cultures and faiths. Though rooted in Catholic tradition, Padre Pio's influence transcends denominational boundaries, resonating with people of various faiths and backgrounds. His universal appeal stems from his embodiment of core values: love, compassion, and justice that transcend specific religious frameworks. Throughout his life, Padre Pio welcomed visitors from around the world, engaging in dialogue with individuals representing diverse cultures and belief systems. He respected their traditions while sharing his own convictions, fostering mutual understanding and respect. This openness reflects his belief that truth is ultimately one, manifesting differently across cultures and contexts. Today, Padre Pio's legacy continues to inspire interfaith initiatives aimed at promoting peace, reconciliation, and collaboration. His example reminds us that genuine dialogue requires humility, patience, and a willingness to learn from others. By embracing diversity while affirming common ground, we can build bridges that strengthen global solidarity. Modern relevance, addressing contemporary challenges. In an era characterized by rapid technological advancement, economic disparity, and social unrest, Padre Pio's teachings offer timely insights for navigating complex realities. His emphasis on simplicity, humility, and service provides a counterbalance to consumerism and materialism, reminding us of the intrinsic value of human dignity. Moreover, his advocacy for social justice speaks directly to pressing issues such as poverty, inequality, and systemic oppression. By addressing root causes rather than mere symptoms, Padre Pio modeled a holistic approach to problem solving that prioritizes long-term solutions over short-term fixes. His vision challenges us to think critically about structures and systems that perpetuate injustice, urging us to work collectively toward transformative change. Finally, Padre Pio's focus on interior transformation underscores the importance of cultivating virtue in an age dominated by external distractions. By emphasizing the primacy of character over achievement, he invites us to reassess our priorities and strive for authenticity in all aspects of life. Conclusion: a legacy that endures. Padre Pio's life stands as a testament to the enduring power of faith, love, and service. From his humble beginnings in Pietrelcina to his final days in San Giovanni Rotondo, he embodied principles that continue to inspire millions worldwide. Through his miracles, teachings, and acts of charity, he demonstrated the transformative potential of living fully in alignment with divine purpose. As we reflect on his legacy, let us commit ourselves to embodying the values he cherished: compassion, humility, and courage in our own lives. Whether through acts of kindness, advocacy for justice, or cultivation of spiritual discipline, each of us has the capacity to contribute to a brighter future. May Padre Pio's example guide us toward lives of greater meaning, purpose, and fulfillment, honoring the legacy of this extraordinary man whose impact continues to shape the world.